Good evening and welcome to my Thursday evening Facebook Live. My name is Ed Cardinal. And tonight's topic is anger, anger and particularly anger in men and how we deal with anger. And this topic came to me actually this week when I heard a man go on an angry tirade. And I thought, well, this would be a great topic. So I decided that this would be it. Anger as an emotion is normal. There's nothing wrong with it. But it's how we as men sometimes, and I fall into this category, sometimes express it that is unhealthy and inappropriate. I know for me, anger was not an acceptable emotion to be expressed, particularly with my father. I don't know if he found it disrespectful, but what ended up happening then is I repressed it and suppressed my anger. And for a lot of men, that's the case. It then comes out inappropriately at times, almost like this powder keg that builds and builds and then releases inappropriately. And it usually comes out and expressed as yelling, using profanity, breaking things, being physically abusive. And I got to experience the learning of what it means to be abusive when I was teaching domestic violence groups for men. They were court ordered to be there. And the definition of abuse is anytime you cause fear in someone because of what you say, your words, or your actions, that's abuse. And when I learned that in teaching this group, I thought to myself, well, I've been abusive. I need to take a look at this. And some of the things I learned from these men is a lot of times their behavior was learned from their father, from other men in their lives. Also, they were abused themselves. And the other thing that I learned was that it masks other underlying emotions such as sadness, fear, loneliness, depression. So it's released as anger in an inappropriate way, and it leads to not dealing with these underlying issues and not learning coping mechanisms. It's expressed and causes domestic violence, suicide, which is that turning that anger on oneself, and loss of relationships and loss of jobs. So what can you do as a man if you're dealing with anger management issues? One thing that I did was I talked to someone about it, reached out for help to learn coping mechanisms to go in and deal with some of those underlying emotions like the sadness, the fear, the loneliness. So you can do that with a trusted person or a trained therapist. When you're in a situation where you find your anger building, remove yourself from that situation. Take a time out, take a walk. But while you're doing that, while you're taking that time out, make sure that you're not talking yourself up. What I mean by that is you're not, through your thoughts, escalating the anger. You'll feel it in yourself rising. But talk yourself down, calm yourself down through your self-talk. Engage in relaxation techniques that could be visualization, meditation. I like breathing techniques. I think that's a great way to relax the body and focus on the breathing. For some, it might be prayer. So the steps to change. First, you need to acknowledge that you need to make some changes and have that awareness. Ask for help so that you can learn some strategies, some coping mechanisms. Then you need to take action. Just knowing is not enough. You need to then take action, put those strategies and those coping mechanisms into place. And this is what's going to lead to change. I hope this was helpful to you, and if it was, please drop a like or a comment below. And until we see each other again, be well. Take care. Bye-bye.